Hello creation, hope you're well. I just picked up this notepad to start writing, see what come through, and I come across this that I wrote in, I think it was it September 21? Just bear with me a second, because I have to turn the page on this one. No, it was October, 2nd of October actually. So, nearly 4 years ago. And I wrote it down as if I were writing a song, with a verse and a chorus and all that sort of stuff. But it's called Stand Up for Love. And at that time, I had a little experiment with the old Liberty Cap. And while I was looking out the window, I live next to a church, and on the church, the gargoyles were fighting the kings of old. It was quite an experience, I'll tell you. Anyway, but that's the experience of the past. So, I wrote this, and it does have a sort of, how I can hear it is like a pagan-y beating of the drums, and at the start, and then as it sort of comes in, those old trumpets, I don't even know if they're called trumpets, those what they used to signal the entrance of the king or whatever, something like however they do it, so I can hear that coming in, and then and it's a bit of a build-up really. Anyway, excuse me. I normally cover my mouth when I cough, but I've got a phone in one hand and this book and all this. So Stand Up for Love. Tell me, what do you see in the stones? Did you watch as the gargoyles fought with the kings of old? Was it for power, or was it for gold? Tell me of the journey that brought you to my door. Did you live a life of testing truth? Or like with the poorest hand at poker, did you choose to fold? Nothing is as what it seems. Coldness warms those icy fears. Nothing holds you back but you. Don't waste away those golden years. Nothing lasts, yet nothing dies. Don't waste away those golden dreams. Don't waste away by standing by. Stand up for love and live your life. Turn the page. There. As hard as that hammer falls, it won't be long till we all stand tall, and you will be there by my side as awe and wonder become known. For all have faltered, yet all have grown. Show me love and open up to the lasting call of all for one. Under a beautiful, everlasting sun, we all shall dream and become one. We all shall dream and become one. We all shall dream and become one. Yeah, it's like I say, at that time, it was a little bit of experimentation, and there was it was an experience. It was more than one experience. Do I do that now? No. That version of me is gone. Replaced by, between that time, 4 years ago, and today, many different versions, because every day we change. I do anyway. Well, no, it sounds a bit bonkers that, doesn't it really? But no, because we grow. One way or another, we grow. We take those experiences, don't we? I think I mentioned this previously, actually, in a previous video. And we take on those experiences of the day and learn from them, whatever they might be. Even if you're seemingly doing nothing, you may well be cultivating patience, because it can take a long time to cultivate patience. It can take decades, it can take lifetimes. But you know what? Once you have patience, wow, that's a game changer. When you're not flying off the handle, biting people's heads off, when you can't control your emotions, your feelings, because you don't have the patience, because people trigger you, because you've got stuff inside that you're not dealing with, so you're being triggered, so you're snapping at people, losing it. But anyway, it's all part of life's great journey, isn't it? So I wrote that. It's amazing how, you know, people come into your life, and it can be for a very short amount of time, as I've mentioned as well previously. A bit repetitive that, but it's true, and it's what we learn from those experiences. And I tell you what, I've learned such a lot about myself by particular expressions of consciousness coming into my life and reflecting that back towards me, what I've needed to learn. And some of those have been the harshest of lessons. They have, truly. You know, when we have to look at ourselves, and because if there's something that we're not accepting, you know, or we're ignoring because we don't really believe or want to believe. I think that's more it. We don't want to believe that, you know, we have those issues, we have those inner, whatever it may be, traumas or whatever that need, you know, to be released, to be healed from. So we can just keep going and ignoring it, but yet they come back. And as I think it's a repetitive one, this one today, has been said before, until we break those cycles. Keep coming back, don't they? Keep coming back and back. But I do think that that's because of those experiences that I was having at that time. I think the reasoning behind writing that one is, I mean, it does have a very, like I said, a pagan-y feel to it. But I really did sit and see those gargoyles. That was my perception at that time, after experimenting with those mushrooms, you know. Life's a journey, you know. Life's a journey. It really is. And it's to be experienced. I mean, my dad let me know, and this was from spirit. This wasn't while he were here, but he actually said he wished he'd done more in his life, and he encouraged me to leave no stone unturned. Just don't hurt anybody in the process. And that will while he was in spirit, you know. So anyway, that's it for today, and I'll hopefully do one tomorrow. So have a great day, or night, or evening, if you can, wherever you are. Take care.